Did you know that 46% of all searches on Google are by people looking for something in their local area? Wow, almost half of them. Here's a question. Does your business show up? When somebody does a search for, say, dentist near me or dentist in whatever city you're in, do you show up? I hope you do. If you don't, you need to pay attention to this message today and what we're going to be talking about on Traffic Keys. Welcome. I am your host, Atiba. And if you are a business looking to drive more organic traffic to your website, okay, more eyeballs on your website, more customers through your doors, then you are in the right place, because I am literally teaching you everything that I've learned over the last 15 years doing organic marketing for free. And today, guys, I'm specifically talking to all of my listeners who have an actual physical location to their business. So that could be any type of professional. That could be a plumber that actually has a location that's not their home. It could be a dentist. It could be a nail salon. It can be anybody that actually has a true physical location. That's who I'm talking to today, because there is something called local SEO. So we've been talking about SEO as this grandiose, this bigger topic, and we talk about all the different keys to it. And so this now is one of the pillars, okay, one of my frameworks that is super, super important inside of SEO, and that is local SEO. Because who cares if you're in Pasadena and when someone searches in Washington, D.C., they show up, but they can't come to your business because they're in D.C. and you're in Pasadena. Doesn't help you any. But there is a way that you can master local SEO, okay? And it's very, very, actually, it's not very difficult, because most people at this point still don't know it and still aren't doing the things that are necessary. And this is something that's super inexpensive, and in comparison to the rest of SEO, that you can do right now, starting today. Okay, I'm going to show you some things that you can do right away. So let me jump in and first off, talk about Google and how Google deals with local SEO and local businesses. And I am going to, share my screen here with you guys. And so I did a search for dentist near me. Okay. And when I did the search for dentist near me, at the top of the page comes up, there are a few ads here. Okay. And so we're going to skip the ads because those people pay to be at the top. So we're not even sure that they're actually near us. They pay to be there. And that's fine for them. But then as we scroll down, before we even get to actual websites and search results, Google gives us this map. And in this map, it has some locations dotted. And then as we scroll down a little bit more, it gives us some filters that we can use. And then it gives us locations that are near us. This is called the map pack, guys. The map pack. And so these are 3 listings. It looks like 4 because Aspen Dental paid to be here. So we're ignoring them for a moment. These are 3 locations that are near me that Google has, using whatever rankings, which we'll talk a little bit about, that they use to put people in the map pack. This is where they show up. Now, can I see more? Yeah, I can view all and see even more than this. But don't you want to be one of these top 3 businesses for your business? Absolutely. You want to show up there. If you have a local business that has a real address, and understand me carefully, you must have a commercial address. If you're working out of your home, you cannot do this. Google will actually penalize your website if you use a home address. So do not, under any circumstances, ever use a home address for this. Okay, so must have a true physical address, and Google defines it as some place that has your name on the outside and actual hours posted where people can walk in. That's what they're looking for. But once you have that, we can get you listed here. So this is one type of search, dentist near me. Let me show you another one here really quickly. So I'm going to change this to this actual city that I'm in. And pay attention to something. Actually, let me show you this. I want to show you. So the three dentists that came up here are Troyce Robert, okay, Smile Loft, and Healthy Dental. We're going to see if we can remember those. And now I'm going to do a search for dentist Camp Springs, Maryland. That's the city I'm actually in. So you would think it would come up with something similar. Let's see. So first you will notice no ads. That's okay. And then we come down here. We have Smile Loft, but look, we have Camp Spring Dental and Family Dental Care. I got totally different results for the near me and versus putting a city name in. I'm sharing this with you because there are people out there who will tell you that they can hack the near me algorithm in Google. It's a lie. They'll ask you, they'll tell you, hey, pay me and we'll get you ranked for near me. You can't. Google determines that on their own. They've never released how they do it. As a matter of fact, they've said, if you try to hack it, we will penalize you for it. They're just not super friendly. And they're near me, in case you've never noticed, doesn't always work. There's so many times I do a near me search and it comes up with stuff that is not, I'm like, I'm not anywhere near that. Why do you think I'm in some other city? This is mind blowing, especially from my phone, right? Not so much from my computer at home, but definitely from my phone, I've had that happen. So, dentist, Camp Springs, Maryland, dentist near me. Those are all local searches. These are people who are searching for a dentist in a specific area. And if you were that dentist in this specific area, you would want to come up. You would want to show up here in this section here, in this map pack right here, because people are most likely to click on this map because adults like pictures. And that's just the way we are. Show us a picture, we'll click on it. Show us a words or a picture, we're going to click on the picture. We're not going to read. And the other thing I want to show you is that as you scroll down here, you'll see here are the rest of the regular search results. So those still come up, and you still should want to rank highly here as well. But wouldn't it be even better to rank here in the map pack? Okay. So again, guys, today we're talking about learning to master local search. And local search is a big thing. 46% of all searches done in Google are looking for a business that is local. If you've got a local business, do me a favor, give me a heart, drop a comment on this right now. Love to know. You can even tell me what your local business is. That would be fantastic. Okay. So that's it right there, guys. So that's where you want to end up with local search. And so I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways that you can help yourself get to the top of that 3. It's not foolproof. However, if you don't do this, you will fail. And I've been kind of building up to today for the last couple of days. We've been talking about building backlinks for the last couple of days. And I kept saying, Wednesday, I've got a great topic for you guys because this is a Why SEO Wednesday. I've got a great topic for you guys. And we're talking again about local search today, local SEO. And the first thing that's super important in local SEO is your backlink profile. And we've been talking about what backlinks are over the last couple of days and good backlinks versus bad backlinks and the fact that Google can tell the difference and follow versus no follow and all that wonderful stuff to bring you to this point of starting to understand local search. The way you master local search is through your backlink profile and specifically what in the industry we call local citations. Local citations. These are local companies or local directories, and sometimes they're national directories as well, that have listed your website. Okay. So that's number one. We're going to talk about that. Number 2, the next easiest thing that you can do to help yourself rise in that map pack, the next easiest thing is to make sure that on every single page of your website, your address and your phone number appear. You gotta have it in some way, or you have a link to your contact us page that's on every single page. And on that contact page has your address and your phone number. Okay. Now, in this world of talking about local SEO, you're going to hear a term called NAP. Okay. NAP, NAP, which stands for name, address, phone number. Name, address, phone number. Okay. So now going back to point number one, right? Because obviously point number two, if you have a contact us page, you'll have your name, you'll have your address, and you have your phone number there. We covered that. Going back to point number one, there are all of these citation directories that exist. I'm talking about like millions of them that exist. Some of them very general, some of them niche specific. Okay. And you want to get listed in those directories because Google views those directories, not all of them, but most of them. Google views those directories as saying, hey, if somebody took the time to get themselves put in this directory, then they must be valid, right? Because it takes time, and sometimes, as I'll show you, it will also take money. If you paid the money and you did everything to get listed in these directories, in these categories, then you must be valid for whatever category that is. Dentist, plumber, accountant, nail shop, whatever your business is. Okay. And so Google looks at that and says, that must be a good thing. And so then it starts to ask the question, well, who else has them listed? Right? And who else? And how many have them listed? And so some great places that you get listed, one is social media. So if you don't have a Facebook page, you need to create a Facebook page today, right? You're on Facebook because most of you who are watching me are on Facebook, except my YouTubers and my podcast people. Y'all may also be on Facebook as well, but go to Facebook, create a Facebook page today with your business name, put your address and your phone number in there. What are you doing? NAP, name, address, phone number. Okay. Facebook is one of the biggest directories where Google goes to verify that a business is real, because it's kind of like, how I don't want to date myself here. The young kids say, if you didn't change your status on Google, on Facebook, then we're not in a relationship. Well, if you don't have a Facebook page, Google thinks you're not a real business in 2021. So you've got to do that. Facebook is a great place. Any social media that you're on. So if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you are in your profile, you want to update that profile to have the name of your business, the address of your business, and the phone number. And they must be the same. Follow me on that. They must be the same. So don't say I am Smile Dental in one place and Smile Dental LLC in another place. Don't even do Smile Dental LLC and then another place do Smile Dental, LLC. They must be identical. All right. You would think that Google would be smart enough to figure it out, but they're not. And I've seen it happen too many times when they get listed multiple times. The address that I had one client that they moved within the same building, right? So the physical address and the suite changed, and they ended up with two listings, and they got dinged for that because it looked like they were trying to cheat the system. The address has to be the same, all the way down. All right. So your social media, it's a great place for citations. Fantastic place. Another great place for citations that I've been saying, if y'all have been over the last couple of days, is your Chamber of Commerce. Join your Chamber of Commerce. Have them list your website. That is another great place to have citations. Those are some of the easiest ones that you can do. Another very, very important one is Google My Business. And we'll do an entire live to cover Google My Business one day, because that's a beast all by itself. But you must create a Google My Business as well. All right. Those are some easy ways, real quick, to get some citations, which are absolutely a must. However, if you do those are the baselines. And if you do those don't move the needle. They really don't. What they do is they allow the needle to move. You understand what I'm saying? They allow the needle to move. If you don't have those, Google will just ignore you, okay? Flat out. And so in order to not get ignored, then you need to look at those and make sure you at least have those at a very, very minimum. Now, a little bit earlier, I said that with these citation directories, there are thousands, millions of them, some of them general and some of them niche specific. And so you're going to ask, well, dude, how am I going to get in all of those? And I don't have time to do all of that. That sounds like a whole full-time job by itself. And it is. Okay. Back in the day, we used to do this by hand and it was awful. It was absolutely awful because it will take hours and hours because each one of them you have to apply, you have to go through the process, and they got to email you back and forth. And it was painful. Worth it, but painful. Today, we have options. And so I want to show you, I'm going to give you, show you a little bit of a report of one of my clients. And the link to the company that does this is in the description here. So go ahead and click this link. You can go to them and sign up for one of their citation reports. So they do a monthly fee. You don't have to do their monthly fee. You can just go do their citation reports, which are fantastic. And they will, hey, how you doing? April, good to see you. So they will do, and April, this could, we'll talk April. And so this company I'm going to show you, they do a fantastic job of getting you the local citations. The other thing that they will do for you as well is they will make sure that on all your social medias and in Google My Business that everything is set up correctly. Okay. So this is a real done for you service. Okay. To do citations. So I'm going to share my screen now with you guys and I want you to see this here. So in the world of citations, there are aggregators and then there are directories. Okay. And there are a few large aggregators. So here are 4 of them, right? Data Axle, Factual, Foursquare, and Newstar. Yeah, I think that's how you say that. Newstar. Okay. So here, these guys, what they do is they take your information, your name, your address, and your phone number, and you do have to pay them. Okay. But instead of paying them directly, you pay Brightlocal, and Brightlocal pays them. So you pay them, and then they take your information and they send it out to everyone in their network. So remember I said there are millions of these directories. They've got a ton of them. Okay. And so they take your information and send it out to their entire network and ask their network to update all of their individual directories. All right. So it's one of the things that Brightlocal does for you. They manage this. And you can see here, like these, my free update, which in other words, so I paid for it in November last year. So you pay every single year for it. I paid for it in November last year, and it expires November 12th of this year. So if I make any changes between now and November, they'll update their entire network for me for free because I paid. Okay. So that's really great. This will get you a ton of backlinks to places that say, hey, yeah, we list local businesses. And so there may be, if you're a dentist, there may be a local dentist directory. The aggregators will help you get in there. All right. Now, it doesn't mean that you will get listed in all of their directories because a lot of directories do get niche specific. And if you don't meet their niche, they won't list you. So let's keep on moving. And this, like I said, this is a report of what they can do for you. And they can do a lot more Brightlocal, that is, in terms of directories. So now, back in November, I ordered all of these directories for this client here. So company.com, like who knew? Storeboard.com, bubblelife.com, yellow.place, parkbench.com, whodouYou.com. Like, I've never heard of most of these places. I have no clue who most of these places are, right? No clue whatsoever. However, what I do know is that Google takes them into account at least a little bit when they're considering who to rank for local search. Now, how do I know that? Because there's this column here called authority. I don't know if you guys can read that, but this column here called authority. And authority is a ranking on a scale of 1 to 100. The closer you get to 100 is the better the authority score. Okay. So a site like google.com probably has an authority score of 99. I don't think anybody has a true 100. Okay. So anyway, so they have an authority score of 59, 55. And you're thinking, oh, that's 59. That's like midway. Well, the average of authority score is like 41 of all websites across the world. And so at 59, they're well above the average. And not to get too technical with you guys, but it's a logarithmic scale, which means to go from 59 to 60 is a ton harder than it was to go from 40 to 41. The higher up you get is the harder it becomes to move. But this is not math class. We're not going back there because I will get excited about talking about some math, but that's not why we're here. So here are all of these directories, a bunch of these, like I said, never heard of, right? Never heard of, but that's okay because Google has heard of them and Google believes that they have some measure of value. Oh, here's one. Here's 100, maps.apple.com. So we got this company listed in Maps. They have 100 as their authority score. So clearly, if you're listed in maps.apple.com and you've gone through their requirements to say that you are valid, Google will use that and say, okay, we know that Apple already validated them. That gives them a leg up over somebody else who Apple did not validate. And that, my friends, is how you raise in your rankings in local SEO. Okay. Those are the two basic things that you must do. So number one, I'm going to do them in reverse order this time. Number one, on your website, either have a contact us page that's linked from every single page, or your address and phone number and your name on every single page of your website. And then on your contact us page, it must clearly have the name of your business, your address, and your phone number. That is crucial. You should go change that today. If you don't know how and you hired somebody else to do your website, go get them to update that today. And if they didn't do that for you up front, then never use them after today because they don't know what they're doing. That's like basic website 101. Okay. They flat out don't know what they're doing. Run for the hills. Get them to fix this problem, then run for the hills. All right. So that's number one. Number two, the second thing that you have to do is build local citations. You can do it yourself. You absolutely can if you have nothing else to do. And if you have the time to build local citations and have nothing else to do, then I'm going to ask you, are you really in business? Like, seriously, are you actually making money? Because how do you have that kind of time? And if you are making money, call me because I've got work that you can do for me then. Okay. Don't build your own local citations. Hit my friends down at Brightlocal. I've been working with them for years. I know the guys personally over there that run that company. They're actually in England and they do a fantastic job of building local citations for you. And it's not very expensive. All right. It's not very expensive. Last I checked, I think it's about $2 or $3 per citation. And then you can buy packages, which will get the price even lower. So yeah, like I showed you just now, that one had, I think, 50 or 60 citations and probably paid $150 for that. But guess what? That's absolutely worth it. It's absolutely worth it to have your website show up in that Google Map pack. That is the cheapest SEO that you will do. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Because if you call me and you say, hey, I need some content. Can you help me write a blog post? I need about 1,000-word blog post. I say, sure. And that's probably going to cost you $250 to $300. And you'll say, okay, for one blog post. Whereas here, yes, really. Whereas here, you can get all of that bang for your buck for about $150, guys. All right. Absolutely worth it. And you know, like I said, there are millions of directories. You don't have to buy all of them up front. If you've got $150, buy that much. And then 6 months from now, buy some more. You don't have to buy all of them up front. It's okay, but you got to start. You will not rank in the map pack if you do not. Now, if you don't care about ranking in the map pack, if you don't care about local SEO, if you don't care about the fact that 46% of the people online doing a search are doing a local SEO search, a local search for a local business, if you don't care about that and you don't want that money, then don't do anything that I have said over the last 25 minutes. Just flat out ignore everything. Stop listening. Go pour yourself a margarita or a glass of wine or whatever. And yeah. But if you care, then make sure you have a contact us page that's linked from every single page on your website. And it clearly has your name, phone number, and address on that contact us page. And then number 2, click the link down below, go to Brightlocal, sign up, and they will build citations for you. They'll do it for you. It will take a few weeks, but all of the stress will be off of you because you know it will be done correctly. All right, guys, that's enough on this. This has been a big topic. It's been a fun topic. Local SEO is one of the things that, as an agency, we specialize in for our clients, is helping them get ranked locally for all of their local keywords. We just touched one tiny little sliver, which is the Google Map Pack today. There's so much more in in local SEO that we'll cover over time, but it's been a pleasure as always. And again, click that link below, go see my friends over at Brightlocal and let them build some citation links for you. All right, guys, I'll see you later. April, we'll talk.